Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This infringement of copyright is called fair use, and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news, reporting, teaching, and parody. This means you! We got a Christmas special on our hands. I didn't think I was going to do one due to the fact Gen Z was supposed to come out this month, but I guess the delay caused it to come out later in 2016. But I'm still locked and loaded with my reviewing sniper rifle, just ready for it to come out. Anyway, Class of 3000. Yeah, this was my favorite show after the Powerpuff Girls was cancelled. I still have to say this is up there as one of my favorites altogether, though. The characters are very real, yet exaggerated, and are really relatable in one way or another, being an episode where the nerd isn't appreciated to a nerd where the twins don't get along, or even an episode where the tough girl shows her sensitive side. Class of 3000 really dived into the characters and their lives, and it was just nice to sit down and watch an episode that gave us these kids' stories, not to mention the professional music created by Andre Benjamin of Outkast, who also voiced Sonny Bridges in the show. So let's get started on their 45-minute Christmas special. It starts with Sonny Bridges doing his thing, giving everyone a happy holidays. One thing that I could see detracting from this show that may bug people is how Sonny moves about and kind of just does things to do them. I know it sometimes bugs me just to see him padding out the episode and wasting time, but at the same time, this is his character, he's just a show-off. Anyway, cut to the mall where Little D is trying to get Nexter. For the sake of scripting, we'll just call it what it is, an Xbox. In a contest. That we are immediately going to cut away from as the rest of our cast is in line to meet up with the local mall Santa. This is where we get some interesting character traits. Cam is a skeptic to the idea of Santa, whereas Tamika believes Santa exists the whole time. This, like most things in this episode, becomes and stays relevant until the end, unless it's the cutaway gag like the 12 Days of Christmas joke of Eddie giving Tamika a partridge in a pear tree. Eddie wants to please Tamika more this Christmas, so Madison gives an idea we'll see very soon, but at the same time very later. For now, we gotta get back to the minor Xbox story, where the two radio DJs figured it would be a good idea to send off a guy holding the Xbox into the mall for everyone to chase after him in a song number. Did I mention how much the musical numbers in Class of 3000 are the best aspects of the show? Because if I haven't, I will now. Class of 3000 musical numbers are simple at worst and at best near masterpieces for what they are. For the case of this particular song, it is one of the simpler ones. Not the worst of Class of 3000, but definitely on my lower 5, despite how much it showcases the consumerism Christmas offers, especially in the case for kids. I guess it's nothing awful. They could have just done a lot more with it than what they did. It just kind of feels left off as disappointing. However, I believe there are 2 more songs in this episode, both a lot better than this. Anyway, long story short, demolished trash. Cut to later in the park where Philly Phil is making dirt angels. His plot is mainly he wants to see snowfall on Christmas. Yes, he does get it, don't worry. Anyway, Little D is disappointed about the Xbox and decides to ask Santa for one on Christmas, but learns about how naughty he really is.
Why not? For starters, you put one of his lookalikes in traction?
Ah, come on. So I did one tiny thing wrong. That's not enough to get me on Santa's naughty list.
One thing wrong? Oh, let's face it, Lil D. You've been bad all year.
What? When?
Well, there was the whitewater rafting incident at Wesley.
The thing at the zoo? The ice cream sundae debacle at Sunny's?
Dang, I guess I have been pretty naughty.
He then decides to go to Sunny, who tells him the harsh reality that you just can't get everything you want for Christmas before heading off to Eddie's Christmas party. Now, for those who don't remember and or never watched the show, Eddie is basically Richie Rich but richer. He's actually too rich for first world problems. In fact, there was a whole episode on this fact that I may review in the future as an animated angel because it is a really good one. I bring this up because it is kind of important and you'll see why later. For now though, we get an interaction with Madison and Little D where Madison mixes up some gifts. Now, Eddie makes a big announcement with a big gift to Tamika. Santa Claus, cause what else would it be? Oh, and Kim is still skeptical Santa even exists despite the fact he's right in front of him. Little D tries getting off the naughty list, but fails miserably. But cheers up when he sees Sunny come in with a fruitcake for 600 people. That's a lot of fruitcake. But Little D asks Sunny to convince Santa that he should be on the nice list. And Sunny doesn't want to hear it, holding a grudge against Santa. See, I really like this part of the episode because I think it's the most we really ever see of Sunny. Not being Sunny, that is. I mean, sure, he's a main character throughout the episode, but it's usually him being him. During this point of the episode, we see a side of Sunny I don't remember ever seeing from him, even throughout the series. And at this point, the episode starts moving into good territory. It'll take a while to be an animated angel, but trust me, we will get there. For now, though, Santa is under contract and has to spend the entire day with Tamika. During this time, Little D hitches a ride and asks if he can help patch things up with Santa and Sunny, of which Sunny really doesn't want to talk about it. Meanwhile, Santa shows how he has his milk and cookies.
Yeah, call the papers! Fat man swallows cookie!
Little D bugs Sunny about why he's mad at Santa until Sunny explains why. Basically, he didn't get a pair of skates he wanted and wound up losing a part in a play he wanted back in elementary school due to the fact that he broke his leg in one of his arms, and that's why he holds a grudge against him. Santa hears about this and decides to try to make it up to Sunny by making him the head elf of the North Pole. Little D thinks this is a good thing, as he'll get his Xbox, but Santa has other plans, as Little D just did what he did for the sake of getting something out of it. And because Little D is a little dense at times, he makes a metric fuck-ton of cookies for Santa. So Santa and Sunny get ready to head back to the North Pole, and Santa explains how his sleigh is calibrated just for Sunny and Santa, and any more weight would throw them off. Meanwhile, Little D puts his cookies into Santa's sleigh. Yep. So they head off, of course, and get stuck, which Sunny blames Santa, despite the fact he has a note from Little D saying that he gave him the cookies. Oh wait, is that too far from now? Okay, let's go back a bit. Philly Phil is excited to give people snow, and Little D is excited to get his Xbox. After Tamika points out that he's not on the nice list, Little D explains how he gave Santa cookies, which scares the other kids because they know how disastrous extra weight will be. Eddie then gets a call from Mrs. Claus, wondering where the fat man is, and Little D assures her they'll find him.
Everybody, it's okay. I've got good news. Santa left for the North Pole hours ago and is missing. But a group of middle school children from Atlanta, Georgia are going to track him down for us. Oh, wait. That's not good news at all.
Now we get to Sunny blaming Santa for the dead weight cookies. We then get a very heated conversation between the two before the kids come to save Santa, and boy does Santa give Little D an earful. And Madison gives the idea that if they were reindeer, they just fly him back to his workshop, which gives Santa the Deus Ex Machina plot of device of magic.
I can't believe you still think that guy is Santa. You have got to be kidding me.
They then arrive at the North Pole, and Santa sees the workshop is in shambles, which makes Santa unsure if Christmas is even going to happen this year.
That's right, Lil D. Because of you, even the kids on Santa's nice list aren't going to get any presents.
What the fuck, Santa? Way to shove that onto a kid. I guess it works, as another musical number with Little D trying to make a miracle happen kicks into gear. And this is easily an interesting Christmas song, but I'm getting pressed for time, so let's wrap this up. The kids save Christmas, and get what they wanted, yes, including Little D. And hey, even Kim finally realizes that there is a Santa. Finally, we cut to the park where all the kids are happy about this Christmas before we leave off on our final Christmas song. This episode is up there on my favorite Christmas specials list. Yeah, it kind of starts out crummy and can be pretty pretentious, but it does progressively pick itself up, being something that means well. The character of Sonny Bridges throughout the series never really had episodes dedicated to help his character, at least not as far as I can remember. So this being an episode surrounding him was certainly a great change of pace that the show hasn't seen before. I very much enjoy how everything that becomes relevant stays relevant. It really shows attention to details, which only a selection of cartoons actually do, so that's a bonus. Overall, I suggest you check this one out. Its humor is good and its story is well done. I'll see you all in 2016 with Season 2.
It's Christmas time again, and we all had a great year.
If you would like to get caught up on future reviews, there's a link in the description below to a Facebook page. Basically, all that I'm going to tell you. I mean, you can follow it, you can get all the updates to future reviews if you care. If not, I'm not going to force you to do it. It's all up to you.